Hey everybody, welcome to Geek Addicts. Hello everybody and welcome back to Geek Addicts, the pop culture podcast where we fly on a blimp. Some people get sent trapped in a I've already fucked this up. We're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh Manga. I'm tired. It's 2026 everybody. How's it going?
Oh yeah, it is. I guess
yeah.
I know New Year's happened like in theory. I just didn't realize it was already.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two things usually coincide.
Well, 2025 was like one of the most it happened years I think we've had in a long time. So,
I mean, I think 2020 kind of trumps it. It will for quite a while.
Well, I was saying to Alex, like 2025 really felt like it was like 2020 again, but without all the BS. Like,
kind of.
It just this year felt so. I don't know. It was a weird year because like the mood was just down this year across the board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but,
I feel that for sure.
Yeah.
So, how was your Christmas?
My Christmas was fairly good. We saw the family. We were down there for most of the day, and then we came back. I built a Lego set because that happened.
Nice.
What
was it?
The Mario Kart one.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's basically Mario, like the kart, and then you actually had to build Mario. It was interesting. It's in my game room now. But nice. Got that. I got a Switch 2, so I'm finally in the Switch 2 land.
There you go.
I just got an SD card, so I can finally use the thing. So I'm gonna mess around with that probably tomorrow.
Any particular games you're looking forward to messing around on, or?
There ain't much to play on it right now, to be honest. I got Pokemon ZA, so I'm gonna try that one out, and then I got Donkey Kong Bonanza. Looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's stuff.
You got Mario Kart, right?
Yeah, that came with it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking forward to the new Fire Emblem game when that eventually comes out, but that's really about it. It's been a slow year for gaming, I'd say.
Yeah, that's fair. I actually, I got a lot of like just kind of cool little things. Like I got a new backpack.
Nice.
It's kind of like it's almost like a hiking backpack, but I like it. It's got a lot of pockets, a lot of zipper bits, stuff like that. It's one of those ones that like where you like strap it closed as opposed to like a zipper or anything. So I like that. Let's see what else. I did get I got the first like omnibus Dark Tower comic.
Oh, nice.
Which was really cool. It was done by Marvel too. And I've only read almost like 2 issues worth of it. It's a fucking hefty book, dude. It's heavy. It's a hardcover. I don't know exactly how many issues it is, but
if it's an omnibus, it's got to be at least like 25, maybe. Because I got my I have my Superman the Triangle era omnibus, and that thing's like this thick.
Yeah, it's about that. But it's really cool. The art is really awesome, and I know that it also includes a bunch of stuff that wasn't in the books, like just like background, like backstory stuff that Stephen King never really got around to writing about. So it's pretty cool that I'm getting to read a little bit more about what happened on the in between bits. I am really bummed that they didn't continue the series.
Yeah,
because they did like the whole like backstory part that I have, and then they did the first 2 books of the series, and then it must have just not sold well because they haven't released anything else since.
That's usually the case. Like if a comic just doesn't sell, they'll cut it, or the license lapsed, and then that was it.
I'm pretty sure Marvel still has the or it might not be exactly Marvel, but whoever it is who like did the art and stuff might or like the writing and all that. I'm not 100% sure. I was looking into it to try and figure it out, and because part of me still hoped that they were going to continue at some point, even if it was delayed, because apparently they were released like with pretty big gaps between issues.
Yeah, it probably was just
like
sales.
It's been like 8 or 9 years now, so probably not.
Yeah,
which is a bummer because it is really, really cool. But yeah, I've read a little bit of that so far. And we got a bunch of like Walmart gift cards and stuff. Like
nice.
A lot of the stuff I got was like, kind of like smaller stuff. I didn't really ask for anything big this year. But I took advantage of some gift cards and some sales, and I got some new games.
Nice.
I got the Yu-Gi-Oh Early Days collection finally, which was a long time coming. The second I heard they were doing that, it was like a foregone conclusion. I was definitely going to get it. It was just a matter of when.
A lot of those never got released over here, right?
Mm-hmm. But they did translations for them specifically for it, and I think when it first was released, only one of the games had online support, and now I think it's 5 games do, because they're like retroactively making them accessible with online, like one at a time.
Yeah, because when I think like old Yu-Gi-Oh games, I think like the oldest one I can think of is like Dark Duel Stories.
That's one of them. Yeah, all the games on there are Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. It's all those ones.
Yeah, there was like a shitload of Game Boy Advance games I didn't even realize.
Yeah, for sure. But the one I've been playing was it World Championship 2004?
See, those are the ones I never played because I only like the game the Yu-Gi-Oh games I played were the ones that had stories. I think the only one that didn't have a story was like Worldwide Edition.
Okay, I think that one's on there too. But I ended up going with that one because a part of me wanted to go for the nostalgia and play one of the ones that I played as a kid. But Tournament 2004 or whatever it is, that one is one of the few that does have online. So I wanted to build the deck, early on, at least get like the base of an okay deck going. And then, whenever I actually want to start playing online, I'll, won't be working with a starter deck.
Yeah. Does that collection have like the sacred cards and like Reshift of Destruction on it?
Mm-hmm.
So people can play all of these actually good simulators, and then they get to freaking Reshift, and it's like, what the fuck is this? Like this shit. Like, that game is hilarious for just how stupid it is.
Yeah, I'll probably end up playing it at some point because the cool thing too is that it has save states and you can rewind like mid duel.
Reshift is funny because it's essentially a Waking the Dragons never happened, and instead we're going to make up our own sequel to Battle City, where Pegasus is a villain for some reason.
Well, at some point I might give it a shot with save states and the ability to rewind. Like I think it'll be a lot more reasonable to get through it than just playing it raw.
Yeah, Reshift's biggest problem is the fact that like the rules just make no sense. Like some of the rules in that one are so stupid.
But it also has dice monsters and capsule monsters.
Oh, nice!
So I'm looking forward to messing around with those at some point. I mean, I played some Dungeon Dice Monsters already, and I'm not in a huge rush. Oh, sorry.
No, that's all good.
I'm not in a huge rush to start over again because I've done it like 5 times in the past year. But
yeah. Oh, did it have like the Destiny board Traveler on it?
I think so.
That game is ass, but like in that fascinating way.
Yeah, there's like 16 games on there. It's a lot.
Destiny Board Traveler was like the one that's like a board game for some reason.
I'm actually kind of okay with that. I like that kind of like let's mix it up and do something different kind of thing,
No, I'm still very partial to like Forbidden Memories or like the Duels of the Rose.
Duels of the Roses has a special place in my heart because that was the one I played. The only console one I played as a kid, and every now and then I get a hankering to play it again. I was kind of bummed it wasn't included, but what are you gonna do? Maybe they'll do a part 2.
Yeah. Well, because I know like Forbidden Memories, it's like a trilogy. It's Forbidden Memories, Duels of the Rose, and then Falsebound Kingdom, and none of them play the same, and they're all on different consoles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what is it? PS1, PS2, and GameCube.
Yeah. Yeah. And Falsebound Kingdom just says fuck the card game and makes it a fucking strategy RPG for no reason.
Hey, whatever. I mean, you can only do just the card game so many times, right?
Well, they proceeded to do just the card game about 1,000 more times after. So.
That's about right. But yeah, aside from that, I also got I got the Cowabunga collection.
Nice.
The Turtles. Yeah. Cindy and I played through Turtles in Time like last week at some point. Which
is it the
cool.
arcade version or is it the Super Nintendo version?
The arcade version.
Okay, so it's missing like 6 levels. That's
all right. That's all right. What was the other game? I know there was another game. I know I got Hades.
And Hades. A little bit. That's an interesting game.
Yeah.
I prefer their earlier games like Bastion, but Hades was fun.
There was another game I got too, and I'm blanking on it. Oh, I got the Collection of Mana.
Oh, nice. Nice. So you can play Final Fantasy Adventure, Secrets, and Trials.
Yes.
In their original forms.
Yes, which is pretty cool because I've been wanting, like, you know how I've been trying to get like Cindy into like RPGs and stuff. And I know they're technically action RPGs, which I already know she likes action RPGs. Like that's not really what I was trying to do, but because Secrets is 2-player, like I was looking forward to playing that with her at some point. So I was gonna try and do that tomorrow, but I guess both of our moms are sick and nobody could take Francis. So unfortunately, that's not in the cards this week, unless something happens and one of them gets better by tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
Yeah.
But yeah, all told, it was a pretty nice holiday. I got a new sweatshirt, which is great. Nice. It was like literally the last place we went to, like a week later. And like at that point, I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm gonna have to use one of those gift cards and a hoodie because I really need a hoodie." And fucking, I ended up getting it the last place. Like, yes, worked out.
Nice. Yeah, and it was good to have some time off and then just relax and catch up on life.
Yeah, I was really hoping I'd get a day without kids just to kind of zen out. Because, well, you know, Frankie's a creature of habit. She likes her routine, and when the routine is broken, it kind of messes with her, and then she messes with us. So not going to school and everything, and then like, you know, she's used to seeing her grandparents like every other day. That hasn't been happening, so you know, she's getting stir crazy, and that's making me stir crazy, and yeah, a day off would have been nice.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
A day off that doesn't include going to work.
Yeah. Yep.
But what are you gonna do?
I've watched like 0 anime since we did the round table.
No, I watched the last episode of My Hero.
Yep, I did that. That was because Spy Family's been on break, and so is the other show, my other ongoing. So it's like, oh, I guess that's it.
I didn't even know Spy Family was on break because we still haven't watched that episode. So now we're at least 2 episodes behind that I'm aware of. And then then fucking the My Hero finale at the end, they're like, "Hey, see you in Go Beyond." I'm like, I wasn't expecting a sequel series. Great, now I'm locked into that.
It's not a sequel series. It's literally one more episode.
Is it?
Yeah, they're doing this one little animation for that final chapter.
Well, then why even bother making it a big like, yeah, to be continued thing? Just make it a special and leave it at that.
Well, it is.
Made it seem like it was gonna be a whole thing. Like, because that's how Dragon Ball ends. It says, "Oh, we'll see you later in Dragon Ball Z."
Yeah. No, it's just they're gonna animate that final chapter to get final conclusion on everything, and then that's it for now. Unless they do a sequel years down the line.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did, but at the same time, it would have been really weird having a prequel and a sequel running at the same time.
It wouldn't stop people though. I've seen that happen many a time.
No, I mean, honestly, I'm into vigilantes enough where it wouldn't bother me, and I don't know, kind of just seeing where things went with the whole like Deku like using like mech suits and shit, like that would be kind of cool.
Yeah. I enjoyed the ending though. I don't get why people hate on it so much.
No, I think it was perfectly I mean, it was all told, like the whole, at least Deku specifically, his ending wasn't that different from like Edward Elric's. It's just like, oh, I lost my powers, but I'm still gonna enjoy life and do the things that I love, hang out with the people I like. You know, like I don't know. It seems like pretty standard.
And unlike Full Metal Alchemist, pretty much nobody died in My Hero. Like there's only like a few deaths.
Yeah,
and none of Class A died.
Funny enough, the deaths that hit the hardest were the villains.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm thinking of like deaths in the series. The only one that really hurt was like Night Eye, but that was like super early on.
I was more upset about Twice.
Yeah. Well, his death was kind of annoying.
Well, yeah, because another character that I really like had to kill him, and it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, and All Might wasn't Might Guide. He got his legs back. So.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't realize that. But at the beginning of the episode, he was still in a wheelchair, so I guess I just kind of ignored the fact that he wasn't in one.
After the time skip, he's fine. On the other hand,
that's bullshit though. Dude's fucking back was broken.
Well, it didn't sever his spine, so.
Please, that shit was in pieces.
I mean, Endeavor, we didn't even see him get his back broken, but he's permanently in a wheelchair now. But
yeah, how the fuck is Endeavor in a wheelchair and All Might isn't? All Might didn't even have powers, and he got his fucking spine shattered.
Because Endeavor deserves to suffer, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I can't believe Donnie's still alive. That's insane.
I do love the irony, though, that like he spends his time just like talking to his son, who wants nothing to do with him. It's like they're both in their own personal hells, and the rest of his family's like, bye, never gonna see you again.
Yeah, and then I think Gachi Akuto was also on a break because I went to go watch the newest episode last week and it wasn't there. So like, all right.
Yeah, most of them took a break for Christmas. For some reason, they did the My Hero episode. I guess they had it recorded already.
That makes sense. And what the hell was it? Campfire Cooking ended. It wrapped up its season, so that was good. I'm at a point now where.
Did you see the Kaguya-sama thing? So the special's out, but there's no dub yet, so I'm waiting on that.
It's the same deal with Undead Unluck. They both released specials recently,
but
with no dubs.
They're also doing another Kaguya movie, but it's an alternate ending to this. That's anime exclusive.
That's weird. I don't know how I feel about that. Why are we doing alternate endings?
Because the ending is skipping the majority of the manga.
So why not just do a movie that covers some of that stuff?
Because it's a lot of stuff, and it would require more than one movie.
Okay, we'll just do multiple movies. It's fine. I liked the movie. We could do more movies.
Unfortunately, money and Aniplex doesn't feel like footing the bill. So,
whatever.
That I think Aka just wants to do something different because that's very on par for him.
Well, movies have nothing to do with it. If it's already stuff that he wrote in the manga, he doesn't have to be involved.
I think he wants to make it different.
Whatever. Fine.
I mean, this is the guy who gets bored of his series very quickly, and then they tend to drag out. So, I mean, he was so bored. He got bored of like Oshinoko about halfway through, and then the artist kind of like kept it going.
But here's another thing we're really looking forward to season 3 of that when it comes out.
Yeah, it should be fun.
But also, Cindy is almost caught up with Freerun.
Nice.
We're in the mage, like the mage test arc, which is like the only arc of the whole fucking season. The whole like almost 30 episode season, there's one arc, and it's how the season ends.
I mean, there is the demon arc, but that's kind of like multiple arcs kind of scattered together.
I mean, it's kind of just like 3 episodes with the whole aura,
Yeah.
the guillotine, or the fuck.
Hey, it's long enough to be an arc. Just it's a small arc.
But they weren't even a threat.
No, not to the trio, anyways. Well, at least Freeman and Fern. Stark kind of was just there.
Stark was fucking. He was keeping up.
Yeah, but he also is like the punching bag at times too.
Well, luckily he was trained by the dwarf warrior, so he can take it.
Yeah, my favorite clip from that is when like he like extends his hand out for Fern, and then she just says "fuck that," just flies over him, and just the look on his face is like great.
She's like, "Yeah, that's about right."
Yeah, I can't wait for the second season, even if it's only gonna be 10 episodes.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing though, is every episode is so like full. Like there's so much. They're very dense episodes. So like even 10 episodes it's still quite a bit. So I won't complain.
Yeah. Other than that though, I've not really been doing much.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I binged through because I don't know why I got like a free 3 months of Apple TV, so I watched Mythic Quest,
Nice.
which was all right. You know, it wasn't like I didn't like it as much as Always Sunny, but it definitely had some Always Sunny vibes in there. But it was kind of cool that it was like based around a fictional video game.
That's fun.
It had a lot of like repeat characters from Always Sunny too. Or not characters, but actors.
Actors, yeah. That's fun.
But that was cool. And I'm also watching Lisey's Story, which is a series based off a Stephen King novel.
Nice.
That is only on Apple TV. So I figured, well, I got the opportunity, so I might as well take advantage of it and actually watch it. But
nice.
I mean, aside from that, I haven't really been watching too much aside from like Scrubs, which is kind of like I want to throw something on TV and not really care about it kind of show.
That's been me with Bar Rescue lately. I've been binging Bar Rescue again for some reason.
Dude, you know what makes me fucking mad? Because today I wasn't gonna watch Scrubs while I was folding laundry. I was gonna actually start doing the CW thing. Fucking Arrow isn't on Netflix anymore. It's nowhere. Arrow's gone. Nope. They have Flash, Legends, and Supergirl, but no Arrow.
Don't you just love streaming?
It was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, how does this not have a place? And then, like, I was looking up, like, where to watch, because I was thinking, well, if it's on a Netflix, maybe move somewhere else. And it's like, well, you can buy the series on Prime Video for $200. I'm like, all right, how about you go fuck yourself? I'm not doing that.
Yeah, why is it not on air? Why is it not on HBO Max? Why did HBO Max have to fucking suck like all of a sudden?
Well, I don't think HBO had any of those CW shows except for like Superman and Lois. I think that was the only one that was on there.
I got Star. Actually, no, I don't know if Stargirl is. Oh, they had Titans.
Yeah, but that's not part of the same universe, is it?
It's not. No. I can't even tell with this shit sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I was like, all right. Because that was one of the big things I wanted to do this year. I wanted to go through the CW verse, like actually watch the whole damn thing beginning to end. And the fucking beginning of the whole thing is nowhere.
Yep.
And with the way that, like, even if I just wanted to say, all right, fuck Arrow and just start on Flash, all the tie-in episodes, like the part 1, part 2, part 3 that they do, part 1's on Arrow, part 2's on Flash, and part 3's on Legends. Like, well, fuck me. I guess I just get nothing.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Don't you love streaming?
But you know what? It might be okay.
I'm pretty
sure the Plymouth Library has Arrow on DVD. So
I'm buying the fourth season of Superman and Lois right now, just because I know for a fact if I don't, it's gonna get pulled the second I do.
Probably.
And I have the other three on Blu-ray, so
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I actually I just ordered the last season of Yu Yu Hakusho because for some reason I just never got around to buying it.
oh, do you have the Blu-rays or do you have the old DVDs?
I had the Blu-ray. Oh, I started getting the old DVDs at first, and then I ended up switching to Bluray.
I have
the first few seasons of Blu-ray.
I've got the DVD box sets, the ones that are like Yu Yu Hakusho Ghost Stories or whatever, or Ghost Hunter.
Ghost Files.
Ghost Files, that's what it was.
Yeah. I think that's what my buddy Matt has. He has those DVDs. Which, like, I think
back in the day,
I think I borrowed them from him at one point, and they were like weird. Like there was, I don't know if it was just his copy or something, but like the way it would play the episodes was like off. I don't really know. It was years and years ago, so I don't remember exactly what it was. I just remember it being like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah, I mean, thankfully that series is like on streaming everywhere. So
yeah. But it's nice having it on Blu-ray because it fucking, I don't know, old anime on Blu-ray just looks really good.
Except for Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball Z struggled to get on home video.
If you want to watch Dragon Ball Z on HD, you watch Kai, you know?
Well, what's funny is like the Dragon Ball Z Blu-ray sets are better than the orange boxes, but they're still kind of crap at the same time.
It's the best way to watch it if you're going to get the English home releases.
Yes.
Unless you were lucky enough to get a Dragon box when they released them. Which, good luck getting them now unless you have thousands of dollars to blow. Yeah. Because there was a very short run, and they are in very high demand for that hardcore Dragon Ball fans. So, yeah. Good luck with that one. That's why I will never own the Dragon boxes, much to my dismay.
I'm just happy I own the blue bricks for OG Dragon Ball, and then I can just
yeah. I got the blue bricks and the green bricks. And
I have that weird green brick, which is like the two of them combined together.
Yeah, me too. Because they were selling it at Walmart for like $20.
Yep.
So it was like, well, for $20, I can't really say no.
I mean, for $20, I mean, I can still buy shit, I guess. So
yeah.
And it comes with
I got yeah, true. And I also got Z and Super on Blu-ray, and then I did DVD for Kai because I got the first 4 parts with the original releases that had the Yamamoto score. The super plagiarized one.
Yeah.
So I have like all the way through Frieza with the plagiarized score.
Nice.
Which is fun.
Yeah. But we're 30 minutes in. I think we should probably hop over to our topic. If you couldn't tell by my incredibly sloppy intro, we're talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh manga again.
Yes, finally. I've been really looking forward to jumping back into this because now we're in territory that I had not up to this point read. I mean, obviously I've seen the whole show, but as far as reading the manga, I left off like right around where Yugi gets Slifer.
Yeah. I'm going to say, though, these chapters, aside from like little minor things and being generally darker, not a lot of major changes compared to the anime here.
I mean, there's a lot of like details and like stuff that like we would have missed just because we were watching the 4Kids version.
Yeah, and like there's a bit of nuance and everything. Yeah,
and I'm curious, not curious enough to watch the whole show in Japanese because that's just lunacy. But I am curious how much of the changes in the anime are 4Kids fucking with it or just the animation studio being like, yeah, we're going to tone it down like a lot of them do.
So I've seen clips of the Japanese and like a lot of it is still pretty toned down, like for the most part. Like honestly, Yu-Gi-Oh's probably one of 4Kids more passable dubs. For the most part.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of different things in there that they fucked with.
Yeah, I mean the Yu-Gi-Oh anime itself is kind of rough. It's great, but it's also kind of shit at the same time.
Yeah, they edit out the guns. They just fucking Photoshop them out.
They shoot lasers out of their hands, don't you know?
Yep,
um,
they're my invisible guns.
yeah. I was gonna say though, like the major differences I noticed, were obviously the darker content, that obviously wasn't in for kids, but also a lot of characters were kind of switched around in places.
Yeah, like I don't know. I remember I don't remember his name in the manga, but I remember Duke Devlin being more involved in the anime version.
Yeah, I
Or
forgot he
maybe
was
it's just,
there.
yeah, me too. Because I wasn't a thing like after was it after Mai was put into a coma and they were like, oh, we gotta go continue the duels and stuff. They're like, oh, blah 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 is gonna stay with her and watch over her or whatever. I'm like, who the fuck are they talking about? It was like Otomi or something like I don't remember exactly what the name was, but I was like, who the fuck are they talking about? Then I was like, oh wait, Duke Devlin's with them. Maybe that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, he's just there for like the entire time because I forgot he was there in the anime too. Um, and they tied him into the virtual world the segment, which is thank God not in here because fuck that shit. But
Yeah.
I still can't get over that filler arc is in the middle of fucking Battle City, just there. Like,
well, to be fair, that was a trend that wasn't going away for a while because fucking we dealt with that with Naruto afterwards. We dealt with that with Bleach. Like a lot of shows did that after that.
The Yu-Gi-Oh one always pissed me off though because it's like, okay, we just everything went to shit. Mai's dead. Everything's bad. Now we're gonna stop and go on this computer for a bit, and Merrick's just gonna kindly sit on this ship and not do anything for an entire arc.
Yeah, he's just gonna hang out and shuffle his cards with his tongue out like he does.
The guy who's straight up in the manga tries to murder fucking Rashid like 4 times.
Yeah.
And it never works.
Nope, he gets like right there and he's like, oh, curses, they buzzed me, I have to go.
Or Bakura's like, how's it going, buddy?
Like, yeah, right. Oh man.
That virtual world arc always annoyed me back in the day.
Oh yeah. Well, at the same time though, like it had some interesting ideas, just not for in the middle of its super important, literally the finals of Battle City. It's just like, yeah, we're just gonna make this detour for the next 30 episodes.
Honestly, like if that was what was after, instead of Waking the Dragons, I would have been okay with that because I hate Waking the Dragons even more. That's for another time.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll do an episode just on Waking the Dragons and just rewatch it.
Yeah, just because that is the dumbest fucking arc. Because it went on for so long. And then I found out years later, I'm like, that was filler. All of that. Like, none of that happened.
And it broke a lot of the pre-existing rules of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Oh, and it also, was followed up by another filler arc that also had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, that bullshit tournament arc. I hated that one. That was probably my least favorite part of the show, honestly.
I gave up after Waking the Dragons. I got halfway through, and then it was like, Mai's brainwashed again. I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, I'm done.
You at least watched the Egypt stuff, right? At the end?
At the end of Waking the Dragons?
At the end of the show. Like the last arc.
Yeah. Years later, I rewatched the final arc. As a child, though, when I was watching it weekly, I got halfway through Waking the Dragons. I said, fuck this. I'm good.
I didn't even get that far. I got as far as that one random ass biker dude that starts it, like stealing obelisk or whatever, and I was like, "This is stupid."
The thing that
people get motorcycles coming out of nowhere is like, "This is stupid. I don't want to watch this anymore."
The thing that pissed me off was right at the start where it's like, fucking Yugi's grandpa gets fucking jacked again because of course he does, and it's fucking Weevil and Rex. I'm like, really? These fuckers. And they stole the Millennium items.
Sector Iga and Dinosaur Ryozaki.
Whatever, they're useless. They're useless.
Oh, jeez.
They aren't even intimidating in their initial appearances. That's how sad it is.
And I'm pretty sure we won't see them again in the manga. I'm pretty sure the little bit we saw them in Battle City was the last we're going to see of them.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
So yeah, to the best of my memory, the first duel between Yugi and Bakura is pretty much the same as the anime.
Except instead of final, it says death.
Yeah. Which
When I got there, I was like, hell yeah, metal.
yeah. But that's like literally the only difference.
Then the fact that the anime draws that fight out so much longer than it needs to be.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of a thing the anime did in general. Like a lot of these duels go by pretty quick in the manga.
Yeah.
But then the next fight was Joey versus Rashid, right? Or Genochi.
Yeah, I'll preface this in every one of these. I'm gonna probably say the dub names just because it happens.
For some of these we have to because we don't remember. Like do Devlin.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is like I can remember Rashid perfectly, even though like he was Odeon in the anime.
Which why change it from one like Egyptian name to like another Egyptian sounding name? Just make it Rashid. Like what?
Yeah, I mean, literally his family is Merrick and Ishizu. Like, is anyone gonna be mad? Like,
yeah, they didn't change Merrick or Ishizu's names. They just changed his.
That's why I'm just like, whatever.
So bizarre.
Fucking 4 kids is stupid. But
yeah.
Yeah, the Joey Rashid fight is slightly different.
In what way?
Well, the Insect Queen just doesn't get summoned, period.
Hey, he doesn't do that in his later duel either. I noticed that.
Yeah, well, because like in the anime, that he made a whole big deal about I earned these cards in Battle City because I am Joey Wheeler, and then the beast. It has a different name in the manga than it did in the anime. The scorpion thing just eats all 3 of them. And it's like, oh
yeah, it was I think in the manga it was the beast cell kit.
But in the but they mispronounced it as circuit in the anime.
I think that's just one of those like LR,
yeah,
like swapping things because that you see that a lot in anime.
Yeah, I love how fucking OP Jinzo is in the fucking manga.
I mean, Jinzo's just kind of an OP card in general.
It is. I'm honestly surprised Joey doesn't use him more than he does. Like,
I mean, honestly, I love my boy Red Eyes, but Jinzo's an upgrade.
Yeah, Jinzo's arguably his best card.
Yeah.
Even now.
Well, Gilf with the Lightning's pretty dope.
When did he get that? Like, he just appears all of a sudden.
Apparently, he just got it in a good poll before the finals. I don't know. This is his first appearance of it was when he was fighting Merrick, I think.
I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. There's another line in this thing where I'm just like excuse me. Like, there's a line during the shadow duel with evil Merrick and Bakura, evil Yami Bakura, where the good half of Merrick is like commenting about like trying to give Bakura all the notes on his deck, and he's like, "Oh, I've already replaced most of the cards in that deck," and I'm like, "Bitch, you're on a balloon. How? Unless you brought them with you." But
I'm sure they all probably brought spare cards. They got to update their decks for each individual opponent, right? I mean,
I just the way it was like, I'm like, what did he like carrier pigeon them up or something? I don't know.
I'm sure they had luggage.
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't know. It was just the way he said it. I'm like you're in a blimp. Also, the jet doesn't exist in this universe either.
I'm honestly happy about that.
Yeah, the blimp jet that later doesn't work because they have to make that ending dramatic. We'll get there later.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about, but we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, aside from that, I mean, we got a little bit like that little flash of like Rashid being found as a baby,
which is mostly the same.
How did that even happen? Because now that I'm thinking about it, right? So the Tomb Guardians aren't allowed to leave their like underground tomb. Like they literally are not allowed outside. Period. But they found him next to a well. How does that work? Like, where did the baby come from? Or did they go outside and find him?
I think it's a little ambiguous. I think it's like they can't go out for longer periods. I think maybe they can go out like I assume that well they get water from.
Yeah. But then you have to assume that the baby had to have belonged to one of the people who lives underground, right?
Either that or it was just dropped off because they were close to a village.
But yeah, that's the thing, is that they're not allowed to leave. So somebody would have had to have broken the rules to find him if he was outside. Or because this does become a plot point later, maybe Shadi appeared to them and was like, hey, you should go get that baby outside because he's kind of important.
Yeah, I know in the anime, the mother goes up and finds him.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah,
also
they made her a bigger deal in the anime, and she was kind of like a nothing burger in this.
Yeah, she dies. Like she just dies immediately.
But
also,
yeah,
the tattoo's not a thing in this universe.
No, it is.
Well, the tattoo's there, but it's not a tattoo. It's carved with a knife.
Well, yeah, it's essentially a brand.
Yeah.
Well, it's like part tattoo, part brand. They heat up knives and carve it with red hot knives. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Makes more sense than the tattoo in with how fucked up Merrick was after he got it. I was like, yeah, that makes more sense, honestly.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. He's like, yeah, I kind of get it. So yeah, like the duel itself pretty much goes the same with Rashid. He's like about to win, and then like Merrick's like, no, they won't believe you're me unless you use Ra, so you have to use Ra because you're a Tomb Guardian, even though you're not.
It's amazing to me that that one moment is literally what causes the rest of this arc to even happen.
Which it's not even the fact that he can't wield Ra. It's because it's a forgery, and that's why Ra is pissed about it.
Yes,
and like strikes both him and Junichi down.
I will say I love the way the counterfeit Ra looks in the manga way more than it did in the freaking anime.
Yeah,
because in the anime they didn't want to show Ra for a while, so it was always kind of like ambiguous what he looked like.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, he's like this like weird shadow abomination, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, and then I did find it weird though, because we're jumping ahead a little bit, but if he had given him actual Ra instead of a forgery, he probably would have been able to use it.
Probably.
Because he is, as we find out in the final arc, he is descended from one of the original Millennium Item wielders who served under the Pharaoh.
Yes.
So theoretically, that would have worked.
Merrick isn't very smart. Like,
well, no, as we learn, because they never actually say this in the anime, he's 15 years old.
Yes.
That motherfucker, especially like once he goes into like dark mode, like that's a 15-year-old.
Yes.
Like, what
makes
the fuck?
It makes sense. How old is Yugi by this point?
I think
I don't even remember.
Now, according to the 4Kids dub, which obviously isn't necessarily to be trusted, 4 years go by from the first episode to the end. So he starts as a 14-year-old and ends at 18.
That would make sense contextually, but I don't think the time frame works right.
No, probably not. But this is also the anime where there was a bunch of filler shit in between. So
true.
I don't know how accurate that is, or if it'll ever actually say how much time has gone by. Also, Kaiba's gone through a serious growth spurt in the manga. Like he started out like basically the same size as everybody else, and now he's like fucking 7 feet tall. So
also, I am convinced reading this that most of Kaiba's like Kaiba-ness is 100% Eric Stewart.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I couldn't not read it in his voice, but
well, I mean, in the manga, he's a pretty level-headed guy in all things considered. Post the incident,
yeah.
Once he gets his brain scrambled, he's fairly reasonable and fairly competent at everything he does. The anime, he's a fucking dork. Like he's
still kind of a dick, though.
I mean, he's a dick, but there is even a point where he acknowledges Junichi as a duelist. To like,
Yeah, but only after he thinks he's dead. And then when he comes back, he's like, should have stayed dead.
I mean, he doesn't like him, but at least he finally will acknowledge him as a duelist.
We didn't get the
Joey,
bronze medal duel, though.
I love that duel, so I was kind of bummed about that because that's like one of Joey's best duels, even though he loses.
Yeah.
Well, it's just you look at that duel compared to his first duel with Kaiba, and it's like, boy's grown up.
Come a long way, yeah. Yeah, if you come to think of it, a couple of his best duels in the anime aren't in the manga.
Yeah, I'm still mad
that against Yugi.
I'm still mad that that's not in the damn manga. I was so upset when I was like, "What? It's one of the best episodes."
Yeah, yeah. Oh well. So yeah, after Rashid is put into a coma by Ra, Merrick starts losing his shit. And everyone's like, oh no, look, it's real Merrick. And then he switches to his split personality, which apparently he's had this whole time, and is only kept in check by Rashid being around. The second, apparently Rashid isn't allowed to sleep because if he's unconscious, it just fucking evil comes out.
Yes.
And then it's Merrick versus Mai. And then Mai's like, hey, Joey, that duel you had, or that dream you had that helped you wake up in time to win the duel, was I in it? And for some reason, he said no.
I
don't know why.
As Anzu said, he's stupid.
But like, what? Stupid or not, like, what reason would you have to say no? Like, are you?
Because he's stupid.
Like after. But they went through the whole thing of Duelist Kingdom. Like, we're friends now. Everything's cool. You helped me save my sister's eyesight. And then it's just like, you weren't. You don't go to school because you're so old, so you couldn't possibly be there.
He's dumb. Like, Jonichi is an anomaly in the series because he's a hyper competent duelist who picks up on shit really quick, but then he's socially just a freaking moron, like at all times.
Yeah. That's probably why they decided to make him like, a Brooklyn punk in the
give him a Brooklyn accent. And I love that voice. Like, that voice is iconic, but like,
I still wish that the 4Kids crew had dubbed season 0 because I would have loved just fucking like Brooklyn street talking Joey in that yo-yo episode.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the game, like the random game of the week in the early manga.
Yeah, that's like all season 0 is just that, and I would have loved to see some of like the 4Kids acting with that.
Is Psycho Yugi in season 0?
Oh yeah.
God, I would have loved to hear Dan Green do that shit.
Yeah.
Also, this is just an observation I made. Thinking about it, I don't think Merrick's a very good duelist. He just kind of gets away with it because he's got fucking OP shit.
Well, yeah, because that's part of the whole thing with the ghouls is the ghouls, they forge cards all the time. That's why all of them have, like that guy who had all the Exodia pieces, those were all forgeries.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's kind of like their whole deal is like they beat people with these forgeries and then they take all their actual cards. So, like, they just have this huge, like, stockpile of amazing cards.
Well, because I was thinking about all his fights, because, like, it's kind of crazy that, like, this is like the first like official Merrick fight, like not counting like the possessed fights.
Yeah.
And like every fight he has during the tournament, he almost loses because his dueling is kind of shit. He just gets lucky by the fact that he has just stupid conveniences all the time.
Well, against Mai's mistake was trying to use Ra. If she had just kept it in her hand and not used it, she might have had a chance. But the fact that she can't read ancient Egyptian, and not just ancient Egyptian, but like a very specific language only known to like, special high-ranking people in old Egypt, is the only reason she couldn't use it.
Yeah, which is Mai was like the sacrificial. Mai was there essentially because we need stakes.
Yeah.
Also,
she gave us a ticking clock.
Pretty much. But, like, she was doing pretty well for herself up until that. Joey straight up would have won if it wasn't for he almost died.
He passed out.
And then Yugi, of course, wins easily.
But the Mai Merrick duel was, I think, one of the most entertaining ones in the manga out of the finals. Because it was like our first real like dip into shadow games, pretty much in like the whole Battle City, and it fucking started off hard because like, which did the whole like, oh, we're connected to our monsters, we feel everything they do, like everything that happens to them happens to us, and she fucking attacked Merrick and his fucking head falls off.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I wasn't expecting decapitation in fucking Yu-Gi-Oh. And then, like, at one point, he attacks her monster, and she gets these huge fucking gashes across her chest. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, like, they cut to, like, everyone else, and everyone else just sees her kind of hunched over, and they're like, what's going on?
Yeah. That's another cool thing that they don't really do in the anime. In the anime, they just kind of, like, glaze over it. Just like, oh, yeah, everybody can see it. It's fine. But in the manga, whenever there's a shadow game, like, everything that's happening is technically an illusion, and only the people dueling can see it. So, like, to anybody else, it's just a card game, but to them, it's like this crazy, fucked up, like, death game.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty convinced that the author of Yu-Gi-Oh only included Mai in general, but also specifically in this duel, so he could draw those thick-ass monsters.
Yeah, that and I think he really wanted to put Mai in that weird bondage thing.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, because Merrick had all those torture monsters specifically for the shadow games, just so he could fucking torture his opponents.
Which is fucked up too, because like that weird like head vice thing, like that appears later, but only Mai gets the thing. Like I'm just like
she gets the full on like fucking like she's on like the crucifix with the fucking head smasher thing. Like it was wild.
Because I was gonna say, like, he had tamed it down quite a bit from the first arcs, where like fucking like we're getting panty shots every fucking few chapters.
Yeah.
And it was pretty tame for a while there, but then I'm like, oh, okay, he's been holding back. I see.
But you know, I like I said, like I'm pretty sure he just includes Mai, because everybody else is like dragons, sorcerers, monsters, like all this other shit, and then she's just got like Amazonesses and harpies and like all these like scantily clad warrior women with thick ass thighs. Like he's like, I need to draw some ladies.
That's totally why Yugi always uses Dark Magician Girl, like in like the later fights.
Yeah, right. That's like one of his mainstays.
Let's be real here. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why she's here.
The worst part is though, like, I really like Mai as a character, but like I can't stand the voice they gave her in the 4Kids dub, because she sounds like a 50-year-old chain smoker.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just nostalgia speaking, but I like the first voice more than the second voice, even though the second voice is arguably like a better performance.
When did she change voices?
Waking the Dragons.
See, I wiped that from my memory. So I only remember the first voice.
Because she was corrupted by the Seal of Orichalcos and was a bad guy who rode a motorcycle.
What did they have against her? Like, what did they have against her character? I swear.
Yeah, because she just went through this whole character arc, and then it's just like, nope, out the window. Out the window with you.
Yeah, you just went through the biggest trauma in the series so far. Let's do it again, but worse.
So, yeah, to anyone who remembers our previous coverage, Shadow Games have penalties at the end, and Mai's is pretty fucked up. See, in the anime, she gets locked in, like, this, like, hourglass that's just kind of, like, hanging in the sky, and she's forced to watch as all of her friends frolic on the beach, having a great time. In the manga, it's slowly filling with, like, flesh-eating parasites that are just eating her over time. And she's going to die within 24 hours if they don't beat him in a duel.
Yep.
Which is pretty fucked up.
That was dark.
Yeah.
I mean, the original was pretty dark too, like for as tame as it was, but like that was like, okay. Yeah, I see why they changed that.
Yeah. And then the final duel of the first round of the finals is yeah, the blimp arc was Kaiba versus Ishizu.
This fight's basically identical.
yeah, it's like pretty much beat for beat exactly the same.
The only difference is we get in between it we get fun goofy shenanigans with Merrick trying to kill Odeon every 5 minutes.
Yeah, because apparently the Millennium Rod is actually like the Millennium Dagger, and it's you could just kind of like take it out of its sheath and just stab people with it.
See, during every time one of those happens, I swear to God, I was like, the way he just puts the damn dagger back in. I swear he was about to do like his next time gadget, next time, as he walks away.
For real.
Oh yeah, there was also did the Bakura shadow fight happen before or after?
I believe it was after, because it was like because they did the first like wave of duels on the blimp, and then they were like, all right, we'll be there in the morning, and then their fight happened while everyone else was asleep.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, because the Kaiba Shizu fight is basically just like the same thing. She predicts she'll win, and then Kaiba's like,
"Fuck you, blue eyes!
I'm using my blue eyes because of course I am." Because he's such a dork. Like, I swear to God.
Yeah. Because the Millennium Rod like glowed for a minute, and he saw the vision of his ancestor holding the Dragon Lady and lamenting at the Blue Eyes White Dragon tablet.
Yeah. I just love that though. He's so gung ho about using like Obelisk all the time, and then like that one fight, he's like, oh, "Fuck this shit! I'm using my dragon."
I also love how like they don't like refer to them necessarily by name most of the time. It's mostly just like, I'm gonna summon God before you can summon God. But we're talking about two completely different gods, but we're using God with a capital G here.
Also, they have different names too. Like the only one that's the same is Slifer, the Sky Dragon, because like I forget what Ra is called. It's like
I think it's just like the Sun Dragon Ra or something.
Sun Dragon Ra, and then Obelisk is like the Obelisk, God of the Obelisk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the cards don't look anything like they did in the anime or the official
I've noticed
game.
A lot of the cards don't look like the same art they went with in the anime. Like Dark Magician's art is different. Like the card
I noticed
art.
The gods cards looked very different though.
Yeah. So with the Merrick and Bakura duel,
that duel basically is the same
for the most part. Yeah. They really accentuate like how much like the duel, like the Shadow games actually hurt the players a lot more.
Yeah. Well, it's the first one. It's harder to say because Bakura is such a sociopath. He's just kind of like, yeah, oh well.
Yeah, he's just like, I am the darkness. Blah.
I did like that line. I was like, Yami Bakura is like the best villain in the series because he's such a fucking a-hole, but he's also like a dirtbag at the same time.
Well, he's like, I mean, he's the main villain technically.
The greater scope villain, definitely.
He's playing the long game out of the whole show. And also, I love the whole bit, like, because I think this is around the time where they start kind of like delving a little bit into Merrick's backstory.
Oh yeah, we get to see how what happened to his dad.
Yeah. And for the most part, a lot of it's the same, but then like Merrick's having his whole thing, like, oh, I'm gonna have to go through the initiation to become a Tomb Guardian because it's my 10th birthday, and they're gonna carve an intricate pattern into my back with a red hot knife, and I really don't want to do it. And Rishi's like, don't worry, I'll ask your dad if I can do it for you. And fucking his dad is just a total prick, and it's just like, fuck you, learn your place, servant. You don't get to do things. You're not a Tomb Guardian. Go fuck yourself. And then they do it to Merrick anyway, and Rashid's like, all right, well, I'll just carve this thing on my face to make him feel better because I had to do it too. And his dad like hates that he did that. Like it pisses him off to look at it.
Yeah. And then Merrick goes crazy.
Yeah. Well, some stuff happens first because we have the whole bit where Merrick and Ishizu go outside. They go into like the town that's nearby,
Oh yeah, and they run
And
into
like
Shoddy because Shoddy always just appears.
yeah, Shoddy shows up and he's just like, oh, blah blah blah. Like you guys committed a taboo, and now all these things are going to be set in motion, and the Pharaoh's coming back, and you know, things are going to start happening. And then they get back, and they're like, oh no, there was a alarm on the door to get out, and we didn't see it in the dark, even though we were raised in the dark and totally should have been able to see it.
Convenient.
But anyways, so they walk in, and Merrick's dad is see, in the anime he was being whipped.
Oh yeah, he's like fucking stabbing him with a flaming sword.
Yeah, he is literally like, yeah, we were talking about the whole like, carving patterns into the back, whatever. He wasn't bothering with the patterns. He was just slicing them up. Like the dude was like tied to the ground, and he was just going to fucking town on the dude's back with his fucking red hot blade.
Which then, like, it kind of annoys me later is he just gets right up and he's fine. I'm like, sure, okay.
Well, I don't think he got right up. He was conscious. He wasn't doing good though. So yeah, then Merrick like snaps, and his evil personality comes out and takes the Millennium Rod and pins his dad to the wall and fucking stabs him a bunch, and then he carves the tattoo off of his father's back. Like just kind of like literally just pulls the skin right off.
Yeah, just he cuts it
out. And he puts it over Rashid's wounds. And he's just like, here, now you've got the tattoo. You're a tomb guardian. Take that into the afterlife with you. It's like, what the fuck?
Guy's a little psycho over there.
Like, that is some of the darkest shit I've seen in any manga. Like, let alone Yu-Gi-Oh.
And Ishizu just watches the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are you going to do? You know? You going to throw your necklace at him?
She didn't even have that yet.
Yeah. But then Rashid wakes up and he's just like, oh, Merrick. And Merrick was like, you're still alive. Evil part is banished for now. I'm back to the good me.
What happened to my dad?
And then, yeah, he sees his dad there. He's like, what happened? And then Shoddy just kind of appears and he's just like, all this happened because you went against the Pharaoh wishes, and the Pharaoh is the cause of all of this, even though he's not. I don't know. It was weird. So now that's kind of like,
I don't think Shoddy's very good at his job either.
Well, I mean, he set everything in motion for what needed to happen. So
true, but he also seems to just make things worse sometimes.
But at the same time, he could have just shown up and been like, "Hey, the Pharaoh's back. You guys should go see him with those Millennium items and those God cards."
Bye.
Yeah, but so that's pretty much like why Merrick. Well, actually, it's revealed later that he thought that Shoddy was the Pharaoh, and that the Pharaoh literally murdered his father, and that's why he hates him.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. But as they're going through this whole thing, and like they talk about him like during the whole Merrick Bakura fight, and after he's mentioned, Bakura is like, wait, Shoddy? But 5 years ago he was already, and then it cuts off.
Yeah. And we don't learn about that until much later.
And that is not brought up again in the entire arc.
Yep. Does that get acknowledged in the manga, or is that mostly a Dark Side Dimensions thing?
Well, I haven't read past this point.
Oh, okay. Because I know Dark Side.
This is all new territory for me in the manga.
Okay, fair enough. I know Dark Side Dimensions definitely explains that whole thing, but
when we finish up the manga, we should do an episode of Dark Side Dimensions.
Yeah, we should, because that movie's great.
Just to cap it off. Also, like, quick sidebar. I've been aware of Yu-Gi-Oh! R's existence for a while now, but I didn't know what it was. I looked into it recently. Apparently, it's a side arc that he wrote that takes place between Battle City and Egypt. So I don't know how you want to handle that. We should do that first, or if we should circle back around to it later.
Maybe circle back around, just because I don't know. I think it's included with the books.
It's not. But it is on Shonen Jump, and I think it's only 5 volumes. but
I don't have.
I'm fine. I'm fine with saving it for later if need be.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay. Just wanted to bring it up because this is one thing I noticed recently.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bakura and quote unquote good Merrick lose, and does Bakura just kind of cease to exist for a minute?
It's unclear. They claim he disappeared
Because
and then he just shows up later.
I don't think we saw his body, but nobody else's bodies went away when they lost. And then we don't see him again until everything's all said and done.
Bakura's a fucking enigma. I swear to God, sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, then the next day comes around and they get to the duel tower, Alcatraz Island.
After going through a weird arc in the mystery world. Anyways.
Yeah. At first I thought that, like, until they actually explained it, I thought it was like actual Alcatraz. That they just like decided to build a duel tower on a fucking prison island. But,
wouldn't put it past fucking Kaiba.
Well, apparently it's a man-made island that his father made, or his stepfather made, and it was specifically a weapons manufacturing plant. But then he tore it all down and built the duel tower there. To like, I guess it's supposed to be some like symbolic thing, like he'll become the king of games at the top of the duel tower, and then he'll blow up the island and be like, "All right, done with that part of my life."
That's why he blows up the island. I always was in the anime. It's not super clear because I'm just like, why is he blowing up the goddamn island? Like, is he that?
No, in the anime, they make it seem like he's just butthurt about losing. He's just like,
yeah,
I'm just gonna blow it up.
Yeah, and then they have that thing where they're like, the jet won't start. Oh no! And then Kaiba's leaving on his helicopter.
Yeah. No, that was the Blue Eyes White Dragon jet.
Right. Yeah, because the blimp turns into a jet that they used to get there, which they just did away with that in the anime or manga, or they just that wasn't a thing in the manga.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so they pretty much do the whole same thing about like deciding the order because they did
that happen in the anime? Because I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it did.
I missed that until I guess I haven't watched that in a while because I don't remember that at all. I was like, what is this weird fucking shit going on here?
Yeah, that was part of it. I think it pretty much went the same. I think it was more like dialogue stuff that was different, like between Yugi and Joey, and like kind of like deciding like this is what we have to do, whatever. Because in the anime they make it seem like Joey wants it to be him versus Merrick because Yugi has to have both God cards. Otherwise, he'll never be able to beat Ra. But in the manga, it's like Jonochi thinks that he has to be the one to beat Merrick because he has to save Mai specifically.
Yes.
Which is kind of simultaneously more noble and more
better
narcissistic.
Yeah.
Of character-wise, because it's just like, why would you think that you would do better than not only the guy who is currently the king of games, but also has a god card? Why would you think you?
Well, as we find out, Joey almost fucking wins. So
yeah, but Yugi, I don't know if it's just because he has a stronger soul or it's because he has a Millennium item, but he can take more than Jonochi can. So that's why Jonochi lost, because he just couldn't stay conscious long enough. He was literally a syllable away from winning, and then he passed out.
That duel annoys me so much because it's like Joey has like this Jonochi has this like classic thing where he's like every duel he's in, he always gets like somehow like behind and then managed to make a miraculous comeback
with the power of gambling
or just like dumb luck, like sometimes.
Yeah,
but like that one annoyed the shit out of me because I was just like, come on, like he was this close, and I'm like, is Merrick really this bad?
Yeah. Well, the thing is his whole strategy revolves around Ra. So like, he's put in a position where he doesn't have a way to pull him out. He's got nothing.
He's just got a lot of bullshit.
Because he's got other monsters, but every time he pulls out Ra, it's like, all right, I'm going to sacrifice my monsters to give him more attack power. But since I revived him, he's going to go away at the end of the turn. Which, pretty much means like, if you survive this round, I'm defenseless.
Yeah, and then Joey does, and he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, because we see Guilford the Lightning gets pulled out for the first time, and it's a sick monster.
The one time he uses it. Does he? I don't know if he uses it ever again after this.
I don't even know if we see him like have an official duel after this in the manga.
Damn, that's fucking sad. Because I know in like everything else, like in the anime, it was like after this, he's like, because he gets his red eyes back, he's just like red eyes again, because that's my only shtick. Yep.
But I mean, that was also Waking the Dragon, so.
Yeah. I really hate that season. I really hate
season 4.
It was season 4. Well, season 3 felt like 4 seasons, to be honest.
It did, yeah. So, yeah, for the most part, the Joey Merrick duel is pretty much the same.
It's a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it is a lot quicker. Like, he doesn't do the whole thing where like he summons all the different monsters he won and everything. Like,
yeah, well, he did that once, and then when they did it again in the anime, I was like, really? Like, we get it. He won a fish. He won a fish.
Whole point because the whole thing was he was trying to like in the anime, it was like, oh, this is how far I've come, and these are the spirits of all the people that I've fought along the way. Like, does he even use Insect Queen once after he wins it?
Not in the manga. He does in the anime a few times.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The manga, like, I don't think he uses it at all.
He uses the goddamn fish more, and that thing's useless.
Well, that one's at least, well, in the manga at least, it's a 4-star monster, so he can just play it like a regular ass fucking like start. Like, he doesn't have to sacrifice anything. In the actual game and in the anime, I think it's a 5-star, so he has to sacrifice a monster, which makes it even more useless. Like,
yeah, because in like the Rashid fight, he did it rather than like all those 3. He gets Jinzo, the fish, and Baby Dragon for some reason. It's just there.
Yeah, well, because he can't get rid of Baby Dragon.
No, or he hasn't even goddamn used Time Wizard in fucking forever either. But
I think the Esperoba fight was the last time he used it.
Yeah, that was his most valuable card at the time too, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's the only reason he actually had like a card he could put up for ante. But that was how he won Jinzo, so.
Yeah. And he just used Jinzo for fucking everything.
Yeah, because why wouldn't you? Like, I remember when I pulled the Jinzo as a kid, and that was that was like the holy grail for me.
See, I was dumb, and I was like, not a dragon, don't care.
I am pretty partial to dragons, too.
My deck is all dragons because I was a stupid kid.
But yeah, like literally, Jonoji gets to like the very end. Like he manages to pull a monster card, and Merrick's defenseless, 1 attack away, and then he fucking passes out because the pain is just too much. And yeah, he loses that duel.
Yeah, and it's way more dramatic in the manga because they actually legit think he's dead.
Yeah, it's not just like, oh no, his soul is bad. Like, no, he was straight. He was dead. Like, literally, like his heart stopped beating.
Yeah. And then fucking
somehow they managed to get him to wake up.
And then Honda just shakes him a bit and he's like, wake up, you fucking dick. And
wake up!
And he gets up and he's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh logic makes no fucking sense sometimes.
But I love that like Yugi actually kind of breaks a little bit after that happens. Like, he almost like just kind of gives up and just
he's stops. Like, fuck this, it's all for nothing. And then
it's not worth it.
Necklace lights up and he's like, well, it's my friend, we're dueling. That must mean he's okay.
Yeah, well, it's a possible future. So he's like, all right, well, if that's a possible future, then I'm just gonna keep going and hopefully it'll work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was part of the whole thing is like once Kaiba like broke the prediction that Ishizu made, it's like, yeah, well, The necklace is kind of at a loss now because everything's just kind of doing what it wants, so it's just not even gonna try anymore.
Yeah.
And then
So Yugi versus Kaiba.
I wasn't sure if they were gonna do the stadium thing, but they did do it.
Yeah. This fight was kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, it at least was quicker than it was in the anime was like
Oh, yeah,
6 episodes.
the anime's fucking takes forever. The problem with this fight is it's like Kaiba is so technical now and like actually uses like his brain, and I'm just like, it's pretty good move.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know Yugi's gonna win, so I'm just kind of like, get on with it already.
Well, it's one of those things now where like we're actually playing the game and not just breaking flotation rings anymore, so it's less
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, well, because it's like I'm sitting here and like the funnest moment of that duel is when like fucking Ra and not Ra, Slifer and Obelix just like punch each other to death, and I'm like, oh, that's fun. They hype these
his fist through Slifer's face.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like they've been hyping these things up, and like, oh, they're gone. Okay.
It's like, all right, back to basics. Dark Magician and Blue Eyes, go.
Yeah. Blue Eyes Ultimate's back. Defusion. Oh, actually, no. The best part of that duel though is when Yugi's like, "Red Eyes, bitch." Like,
yeah, right.
And Kaiba's like, "Oh, like fuck that. Why is that always here?" Like,
yeah,
damn bastard won't leave me alone.
Although I do love Dark Paladin. That's fucking
that was
awesome monster.
Really cool.
And that's always like one of the ones I always go for when I make my fusion decks. I fucking love Dark Paladin. Especially because I know everybody loves dragons. Everybody loves dragons. There's always gonna be dragons.
Yeah, I mean, I love that image too, though, of like Red Eyes just taking out a Blue Eyes, and I'm just like, this is great. I love this shit. Like, because I was like sleeping the first half of that fight, and then like I got to that, I'm like, hell yeah, like suck.
Yeah. I was kind of bummed that he didn't do Black Skull Dragon though. I would have liked to see the return of that.
We like see that once in the manga, and it just go never again.
Yeah, but Joey used it in the anime fight against Yugi.
I know it was not there. Still mad about it.
Yeah. Oh well. So yeah, they end up having another vision, like as the gods are clashing or whatever.
Oh yeah, that happened. Did that happen in the anime?
Yeah, but they kind of like went into a little bit more detail about it in the manga. Like it actually kind of makes sense in context with how that arc goes, from what I remember in the anime at least. Because if I remember right, I think Seto, which is Kaiba's ancestor, yeah, it's confusing. He was brainwashed at the time, so he like wasn't actually like he didn't actually hate him. Because then also we find out later that that he had written the eulogy for the pharaoh, and like this whole like honoring him because he was like his best friend or whatever. But yeah, so that happened, and then Yugi got Obelisk.
I love how he gives it to him. He's just like, fine, take it.
Yes, because wind resistance isn't the thing in the Yu-Gi-Oh universe.
Imagine if it just blew off the tower. Like, oops.
Yeah, we're pretty high up, bro. Yeah, there'd definitely be some wind currents up there. Like when he fucking what was it? The brainwashed Joey fight at the dock.
Oh yeah,
and like he's like. He throws one of his cards to like knock the controller out of one of the ghouls.
Oh, yeah, fuck that scene. I hate that.
And it was a fucking he threw the blue eyes. It's just like that. You're next to the ocean. There is no way that is going anywhere near where you're trying to hit. Like, trust me, I live next to the ocean. Like there is a consistent stream of wind. It's not happening, bro.
Fucking Kaiba sometimes like confuses the shit out of me.
So yeah, wind resistance doesn't exist in the Yu-Gi-Oh universe. Just saying. So yeah, and then Kaiba loses, so he's like, "Fuck this, Mokuba set the C4. We're leaving."
Yeah, pretty much.
He's like, this is bullshit. I'm out.
He is such a sore loser sometimes.
Doesn't even want to watch the end. And then Ishizu approaches him and is just like, quit being a bitch. Just help him already. Like, do you really want Merrick to win? Look at him. He's a fucking psycho.
Yeah. Ugh.
But eventually Kaiba relents and he's like, all right, Yugi, take this one card. It was kind of like my best bet for beating Merrick, and you use it instead. Which is funny because every time like something like that happens, like during a tournament, they're like, oh, take this card. It'll save you in this duel. And they take it and they put it in their deck. But you never see them take a card out. Because there is a deck limit. Like you can only have 40 cards.
It's not important.
I guess. I don't know.
It only matters when it's necessary.
So yeah, the Yugi Merrick duel finally begins, and Merrick just decides to be super extra creepy during this whole thing.
Yeah, why is his tongue out the entire fucking duel?
Yeah, the whole time he's just sitting there like, bah!
Which is funny because he doesn't look nearly as fucked up as he did in the anime by this point. Because in the anime, he's like, his eyes are fucking bulging out and he's got like these veins everywhere.
Well, he's still got the veins here too in a lot of the
scenes. They're not as
also
dramatic as they were in the anime.
And we didn't mention it earlier, but there's also a bunch of scenes where like his face is doing like this weird thing where it's like shifting off of his face, kind of like it has like it's like his face and then a stretched out version of his face overlaid on top of it.
Yeah, that happened in the anime for like an episode and they just stopped.
But like it happens a bunch of times throughout the manga, and like the way it's drawn with like the eyes, like one eye will be looking up and one eye will be looking off to the side, and like he's got like the veins and like the creepy tongue shit, and he's just like, I don't know, man, this is like some like berserk level shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
super creepy.
The fight itself, though, pretty much the same as the anime.
I mean, that's kind of to be expected. I mean, a lot of these are going to be like that.
There was some pretty good differences, though, in like the early, in like Battle Kingdom, Duelist Kingdom, and like even early Battle City.
Yeah.
These for the most part, though, have been pretty 1-to-1.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there that's like pretty important to the. I mean, obviously, like the duel itself is like, yeah, like it doesn't really matter what cards they're playing, which is why we're not really bringing it up unless we thought it was particularly cool.
Well, sometimes they would change a card up just to sell a toy or like promote ways to get people to buy cards, but
yeah. But also like you notice how like even when he was shuffling Yugi's deck, he was still doing the tongue thing.
Yeah, Merrick's kind of a freak, a dark Merrick, anyways.
15-year-old, by the way. Just wanted to remind you, 15 years old.
Japan, sure. Makes sense.
And also, I don't know if it's just like the way it was drawn. He looks taller than when he did like before. Maybe it's because his hair is spikier and it gives the illusion of him being taller. And then he has like that big ass broad cape that he just has to wear around.
Yeah, his entire drip just changes for no reason.
Yeah, for sure. Like he simultaneously becomes like way more swaggy, but also like psychotic.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bizarre combination, but it works for him. So
also, he had that fucking deep as fuck voice in the anime.
Yeah, they were doing like this weird like voice filter thing for it.
Well, yeah, because his voice in his regular voice is like this weird like high pitched thing, and then like when he gets like dark, it's like this weird like monster voice, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. But yeah, they go through the whole duel, which again is like the same as the anime. It's not really worth bringing up the play by play. But
he makes eventually a fake obelisk at one point. That's like still the funniest part of that duel.
Yeah, obelisk slime.
He's like, oh yeah, well, I have obelisk at home.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so we didn't mention this before, but apparently like the good quote unquote side of Merrick had been like he like implanted bits of his mind into some of the people that he had taken control of and like could just like kind of move them around or whatever.
Yes.
So like at one point, oh, so like the shadow game that they had set up for this was uh essentially is pretty much the same kind of as what they did with Bakura, but instead of it happening to them, it's happening to their alter egos. So like you got Evil Merrick and the Pharaoh, and then like chained up crucifix style is Little Yugi and quote unquote Good Merrick. I keep saying quote unquote because it was him doing all that fucked up shit in the beginning, so he's still kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, he gets forgiven very easily. Like,
yeah. And like, yeah, you can make the argument, yeah, it's the evil side influence, but it's all still him. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I thought that the Millennium Rod had like another spirit, and that's why he was doing. No, this is just him. He's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
well, because they called him Yami Merrick, which just kind of threw everyone off.
Yeah. You know, you got Yami Yugi, Yami Bakura, and then it's just like, oh, Yami Merrick, he must be the same. Nope, just crazy, just evil. That's all.
No, just
has a lot of darkness in him.
It's just a kid with daddy. It's just a kid with daddy issues. That's all.
And throbbing veins, because apparently being evil means you're very, very veiny.
And your
despite
eyes
how
are about
skinny
to,
you are.
Your eyes are about to pop out.
Yeah. So like, yeah, like ghostly Good Merrick took control of Anzu and was like, hey, fuck me, doesn't matter, just kill him. I don't care if I, you know, become part of the shadows or whatever. I'll go to hell, whatever. You know, just kill him. He's evil.
Yeah.
And the Pharaoh's kind of like, maybe I will.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. If I can figure out a way, cool. If not, sorry, dude.
Because we get that duel is funny too, because it really showcases just how bad a duelist Merrick can be, like Dark Merrick, anyways. Because like there's a point where like he tries to do the raw fusion thing, which I still think is stupid, but
yeah,
it immediately gets fucked up, and he's like, defuse it. Never mind, I didn't try that. And then he tries it again later, and it still doesn't work.
Yeah, because like the whole plan was like when he fuses with Ra, he essentially becomes a monster. So he has like, you know, if the monster dies, then he's gone too. But his eyeball would still be there. So I mean,
yeah. Well, because when Merrick eventually regains control of his body, the evil guy's just this little eye floating around. He's like, no, don't kill me. I can help.
How am I even talking? I don't have a mouth.
Then he just gets noped out of existence, and it's like, I'm good now.
Yeah. So yeah, like the little ghost form of Merrick visits the comatose Rashid and is like, hey, you know, I love you, bro, but I'm probably gonna die, so I'll see you. And of course he wakes up from that, and then he goes up there and he's like, oh, I see the tattoo. My good side has more strength now.
Yeah, he literally showed up and went. He literally showed up and he was like, it was like a dog. He was like, Merrick, bad. Stop it.
Yeah. And I love that, like, it was like the way they did it in the end. And I don't know if it was just the anime or if it was just the way 4Kids handled the dub, but like it made a lot more sense in the manga. I don't remember exactly how they worded it, but they essentially just kind of like, you know, gave him the willpower to overpower the evil side and kind of swap places with him. In the anime, it was like, but Merrick, this is your body. You get to decide. And he's like, oh, you're right. And they just switch. And it's just like, that was so dumb in the anime. Like, I feel like the manga is not that different, but that little change makes all the difference.
That is about as 4Kids as you can get.
Yeah, it was like, it was just dumb. It was dumb.
Yeah,
but I like the manga's version of it better for sure.
And then, did Merrick just forfeit in the anime too, or did Yugi actually beat his ass?
Yeah, he forfeited.
Okay. So he forfeits, and now he's got this sweet drip. Like,
yeah, he's like, I still got this cape, which is pretty cool. My hair's not spiky though.
Yeah, he looks normal now. And he's like, oh yeah, here's your card. You have my stick. I have this ring I found. And here's my look at my back. Isn't it cool?
Yeah. He's like, all right, now I'm gonna get half naked for you.
He's like, oh, all your friends are safe too, by the way.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, here's my back tattoo. You know, he gives you the secret you need to know, and it's just like, you need to bring the 3 god cards to that one tablet we showed you that one time. And it's almost like I feel like he probably could have figured that out on his own, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially since like they did this whole thing about like how with like the tattoo on the back and like the raw card about how like the chosen ones, even if they don't know the language, can still read it. So why couldn't the pharaoh read the tablet?
Plot hole.
Because the tablet was right there. He's still the chosen one. He's the pharaoh. Why couldn't he read the tablet? Why couldn't he read what it said?
I'm just going to kindly ask you to move on from this.
Just saying. He didn't think of it yet. That was, you know, he was still a good couple of years away from coming up with that.
He thought of this really clever idea for the card, and then he was like, oh, fuck. They won't think of that.
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago. No one will remember that.
Look, here's Maya in bondage. That's totally going to distract them.
Yes. Look at the leather pants. Look at it.
Look at the only woman in this series. Oh, yeah, Anza's there, I guess. Like, Anza's got a shirt that says, like, battle or something on it.
Something like that. It was, I don't know, that's weird.
Also, I forgot that Joey's sister was there, like, the whole time. Like, she just kind of...
Yeah, she's around. She's around.
She doesn't do much. She just kind of exists.
No, well, that was one thing that the filler arc had, is like she actually did something in that.
Yeah, she was. Well, also, she was the one that was
turning into a robot monkey.
Thankfully not. Thankfully not. Such a dumb arc.
Yeah.
I will say though, they took away her one moment in the manga, where well, in the anime she had a moment that wasn't in the manga, where when Joey finally goes to see if Mai's okay, instead of it was his sister there originally. In the anime, his sister was there like with her, but instead it's just Bakura for some reason.
Yeah, Bakura is just like, I'm gonna go check on Mai, even though. Bakura was already in a coma when Mai went out, so he wouldn't even know that.
Yeah, Bakura was just there.
Already been suspicious.
Yeah, Bakura was just straight up there.
And I love that. I love that. Like Bakura is like, oh, hey, have you seen my ring? I haven't seen my ring around. I think I lost it. He's like, no, I haven't seen it. I don't know where that is.
Wait, because
then Bakura just goes into his room. He's like, oh, hey, there's my ring. Why did he lie to me? Whatever. And
he was like, that was a mean trick.
Yeah.
Which is funny because like, I don't think that's
artifact.
Was that shown in the anime?
No, he just like had it again. Or no, yeah, no. Yugi still had it. Then Rex and Weevil stole the duffel bag full of Millennium items, and then Bakura took it back from him.
Right. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Because for some reason he was still like being haunted by evil Bakura, even though he didn't have the ring in the anime. It made no sense.
Fucking, I hate that arc so much.
But here it actually makes sense because he has the ring again. So when that happens later, it'll just make sense for him to just be that way. Yeah,
because in the anime too, there's a whole point where he's like, "Oh yeah, here's Pegasus's eye." By the way, that just kind of doesn't.
He just had that the whole time.
Yeah.
After he killed him.
Yeah, because like, I guess Merrick took it in the anime, and that's how it got to Yugi.
No, because at the beginning of the Egypt arc, before Bakura went to Egypt, he went to see Kaiba, and he gave Kaiba the eye.
In the manga or in the anime?
In the anime.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
It was one of like 2 actual duels in that whole arc, because Bakura started a duel with Kaiba, which he bailed on halfway through, and then he just gave him the eye. It was just like, take this to Egypt. Bye.
See you later. Pegasus is still alive in this universe.
Yeah. Oh, and there was a whole bit where like when Yugi was talking to the Ishtars and like he was kind of like telling them the story or whatever, and they mentioned Shadi, and he's like, oh, Shadi, I know that guy. He's like, and then they pretty much come to the conclusion like, so he has all the Pharaoh's secrets. He's the person we need to talk to because he'll be able to tell us everything we need to know.
Yeah.
And like that actually makes a lot of sense.
There was also a scene that didn't happen in the anime too, when Yugi's talking to Merrick before Merrick gives him the ring. The ring starts like shaking and jittering because like Bakora's like listening in because Bakora's just been sneaking around everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Bakora's just been like dropping pieces of his soul in all the Millennium items.
Yeah, because he's chilling in the puzzle in one of the rooms.
Actually, come to think of it, maybe that could be possible. Maybe in the anime, that's how he was still haunting him because he would have still had the eye. So maybe he put a piece of himself in the eye.
That makes sense. Yeah,
could be, but it would make sense that the eye would resonate with Kaiba. But we'll get into that when we cover that arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially the whole thing. Is he finds out he has to take the god cards to Egypt, to that tablet that was already in his hometown, and if they just kept it there a couple more days, everything would have been fine. But now they have to go to Egypt now.
Joey calls Kaiba a drama queen for blowing up the island.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing is when Kaiba blows up the island, right? And they're like, "Oh no, Kaiba's dead. He didn't make it to the blimp." And then he flies up in a fighter jet. And as soon as that happened, I was like, "Thank fucking God, it's not the Blue-Eyed White Dragon jet."
Also, though, like that jet stops in midair. Like,
oh yeah,
like that. No, that's not how planes work. Like,
it's fine. It's fine.
We got
Air
Kaiba
resistance only exists when they need to hover in place.
Yeah, we got Kaiba's like, see ya, man. I respect you, but I still dislike you. Bye.
We're gonna go build the theme park because Kaiba decided to finally let go of his all the shit he's been hanging on to for years. Because Mokuba's like, I missed it when you smiled, and he's just like, yeah, that was kind of nice. Also, I guess I'll build some roller coasters.
I love that Mokuba is still like a dick in the manga all the time.
Yeah, but like he actually like he went through his arc, like he was like a piece of shit that tried to like poison them and shit. But like by this point, he's like, yeah, but like even after all that shit that I did, they still saved me and did everything they could for me in Duelist Kingdom. So like, they're cool. Let's not fuck them over.
Like, yeah. But he's still like, see ya, losers. We're gonna fly to America in a jet. You guys gonna have to take the slow blimp.
Yeah. Which, I guess, yeah. I guess they could just fly straight to like California. I don't know how much.
I don't think they'd make that, but sure. that jet can stop in midair. I'm sure it can.
Hey, look, with no wind resistance, with no air resistance, they could fucking go pretty far.
At that point, would the plane even fly? I don't fucking know.
It'll be fine. It's powered on dragon boners.
It's just a blue eyes white dragon flying underneath.
Yep. Which actually happened to Waking the Dragons.
I'm sure it did. I'm surprised he doesn't just summon the dragon and fly on it like fucking solo leveling. But
it actually happened in Waking the Dragons.
Fuck that arc. I watched that once. I forget most of it, other than like Joey sucker punching Yugi in the face, or Yami.
That was one of the few scenes I liked.
Yeah. And then it ends basically with Yugi and Junichi being like, let's duel. I need my dragon back.
Battle City continues for us because we have to have that duel. And since I'm pretty sure Joey doesn't have any more duels in the manga, we don't know who won.
I think I'm going to assume it's still implied that Joey won because I'm sure he has his dragon back.
We'll see. We'll see if he uses it at all in the Egypt arc.
Yeah. Well, I think Dark Side Dimensions is canon to the manga, and he has the dragon. He has Red Eyes again in that, so I'm assuming he got it back.
We'll see.
But yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh manga is a trip.
Yeah.
Also, I can't believe.
Have to assume I'm pretty I'm like 99.9% sure that Yugi wouldn't have used the God cards, so he gave him a handicap.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, though, would he even need them?
Probably not.
I mean, Joey's really good at lucking his way into wins, so you never know.
This is true. He could just go for the lightning that shit.
I mean, he almost beat Yugi in that non-canon duel on Duelist Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just that we weren't expecting Dark Sage to be like, fuck you, magical bitch.
Which is the most bullshit, impossible to play, not even worth it card in the actual game.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh, you have to have a Dark Magician on the field and use Time Wizard and successfully do the coin flip. And then you also have to have Dark Sage in your hand. Like, it's the most bullshit process for like a 300-point boost, and like you can get one magic card for your deck, and that's it. That's the only benefit.
It's like trying to summon Master Dragon Knight or whatever, the one that's like the blue as Ultimate Dragon with the Black Luster Knight or whatever.
Yeah, you need 2 polymerizations to do that.
2 polymerizations, like the ritual cards all left and right. It's just not worth it. It ain't worth it. It's a cool card, but it ain't worth it.
Yeah, for sure. 5-headed dragon's better.
Yeah, that one's kind of a pain too, though.
No, that's just 5 dragons. Bam.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter what they are.
I just like Red Eyes. I'll stick to Red Eyes.
Yeah, me too. I like Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. That's pretty cool.
That's
like all the different Red Eyes fusions. Fucking Meteor Black Dragon. Black Metal Dragon.
Black Metal Dragon was always my favorite.
Yeah. There's like they did like a bunch of new versions of Red Eyes over the years too.
See, I just like nowadays I hear Black Metal Dragon. I'm like, it's a Norwegian cult band.
Is it really?
No, I'm just black metal is like Norwegian music. It's always like it's like really culty and
I was gonna say Black Metal Dragon would be a pretty sick band name.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I was shocked at how there's only like a volume and a half of the 3-in-1s left, basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you take like actual like the singles, it's like a straight 7 volumes, which is pretty standard for a Yu-Gi-Oh arc.
Yeah. Battle City's just long.
Yeah. And I think even like, because I was reading a lot of like the like forewords to each of the volumes, and like I think he even mentions at one point he's like, "Oh, I intended Battle City to be shorter, but then like the anime was coming out, so I decided to make it a longer arc or whatever."
Yeah, and then the anime stretched it out even more.
Yeah, and then added a filler arc.
Yeah, that still annoys the shit. It's like, oh, computer. We're just gonna do this, I guess, for 30 episodes.
Bullshit. But I'm very much looking forward to covering the final arc, because that's the arc I've most been looking forward to reading since we did like the first, pretty much since Duelist Kingdom. Because Duelist Kingdom was like the last like really fun one that we covered.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see how hard the Egypt arc goes in the manga.
Yeah. How much darker than fuck it is.
Yeah, no card games.
Yeah.
I think there's like 2 card games in the whole arc.
Damn.
And I don't even know if any of that was filler in the anime, so it could be even less.
Good to know. But yeah, so that was a fun one.
Indeed.
All right. It's 2 hours, but anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us on Geek Addicts. You can find Geek Addicts on all the major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that fun stuff. Be sure to check us out over on the Superpod Network, superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site where you can find all sorts of videos, blogs, podcasts, all sorts of fun stuff. But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Have a good one.